Hi guys, welcome to your Monotype workshop. Today we're going to start with a new workshop about Monotype. Monotype is this technique that allows you to make just one copy of the artwork you're going to make, but it's going to be amazing. We're going to use Juan Pablo Picasso's technique, and we are going to make a different stuff in order to have a better artworks. And I love this technique because it allows you to make a lot of art pieces or a lot of drawings in a few time. So I hope you enjoy it. Okay, we're going to start setting a glass. You can use also a plastic cover, and then you're going to paint. But the first attempt I made was with acrylics, but they dry very fast, so I used oil paintings, and the idea is to follow the shapes of the painting you're placing down, in order to not to copy the whole piece, but to use the shapes as the base of my drawing. I try to cover everything, but I used to have them to show how the brush is there, how and enhance the parts that I consider more interesting and most important inside of the picture. Then I take the paper and I have to press gently. I have to press and take the picture. The first copy may be troubled, so it's not necessary to worry about that, because it's an experiment. We are always experimenting. Following the same procedure, I made a second copy using the material I had over the glass. So I put another paper, always pressing. Be careful of taking care of the shapes are in the place they have to be. And once I finished, I took another copy. This copy was better. Now, no taking any other painting, I use another paper and more pressure, and I'm going to have another textures. This is an experimental work, so I try to take advantage of all the paper I can have. So I made different examples with different papers. Then I take out the material. The next attempt I'm not going to take on account the colors, but the lines, the drawing. So I'm going to follow the lines with my brush using black oil painting, and I'm going to follow the shapes of the drawing. Here I'm going to use another paper. This paper is more delicate, and it takes more of the material. Here I'm going to use another paper that is harder. That's why I have to apply more pressure with my hands. And this paper is very dry, so it didn't take the material as I wanted. So it's not a problem. I'm just experimenting. Now I'm going to use this paper, and again I have, if the thickest of the painting, I have to use more pressure, but this copy was successful. Here we're going to start using in the ink. So I'm going to start marking some lines, the most important lines in the work, and I'm going to continue. The idea with this material is to work fast, because as we see here in the example, this is a proof, it doesn't take all the ink, so it's important to take on account that. Now I'm going to make another proof, but using in this case more material. I have more liquid ink, and I used a wider brush. This is going to allow me to have more covering, and I have to work very fast in this part. Here I have the copies ready. I have all my copies, they are dried. I let them dry like one day, and as you can see, there are some that they are not well defined or need more retouches. So here is where we are going to use Mr. Picasso's technique. So the copies that are well done, the copies that have a clear process or that shows the picture I want to show are not going to be retouched. But in this case, for example, I'm going to use this white marker in order to retouch some parts. Now, as I remembered you that is just a process of experimentation, so maybe most of the copies are not going to work very well, but in other cases we're going to see how retouching is going to give more texture, and is going to make the shapes in the art piece more interesting. Here we're going to use a variety of materials that is it could make it interesting. So we can use markers, color pencils, pens, and a sort of materials that is going to bring us a new shape and sensations in the art piece. We have to be aware of the colors we are going to make and how we can enhance the shapes in this picture. Here I'm using some chalk pastels, and what I want to do is to enhance some shapes in the body of the character using blue colors. Maybe spreading more the material with my fingers and brushes in order to show more detailing in the art piece. Now I'm going to make some parts in this painting with markers, and a special thing I did in this case was to use alcohol in there. So let it dry. When it was dry, then I retouched it again, and the blur lines were remarked in order to show how we can have a better expression in the art piece. So the combination of black lines with the pink and purple lines on the art piece make a very interesting sensation of completeness. Here are the results. We have alcohol ink, ink, chalk pastels, oil, and a mixture of different materials that make this drawing so expressive and interesting. Okay guys, I think it was a very good workshop. Now let me know if this was useful for you in the comments, and thank you for everything. I see you later. Bye.